Hey, what's up guys, it's Theo from Final Concept. So today we are going to create a simple profile using Adobe Photoshop. So let's get started. Welcome to Final Concept. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Alright, so I'll go ahead and open up my app here, and this is what I'm going to be using. This is the image I'm going to be using. So let's go ahead and create a new file. I'm going to leave it as, no, let me change this to pixel, and let's make it 2500 and 2500, depending on the resolution you want to use. Use anything that works for you. And I'm going to leave everything else as it is and hit on create. And the first thing we are going to do is we are going to put this into two sections. So I'll grab my rectangle tool right here. So you can right click on the shapes tool and select the rectangle tool, and I'll draw a rectangle like this. If it is not perfect, what I'll do is I'll just grab the move tool and I'll reposition everything the way I want it. So let's have this slightly above the center. Now we may make adjustments to this at any point in time. The next thing I'm going to do is on the background layer, I'm going into the adjustment panel and I'll select solid color. So I want a different color in the background. Maybe let's select this dark color here, or probably let's flip it around. Okay, either is fine. And I'll just hit on OK. But this may vary depending on which image you are using. So what I'm going to do is let's flip this around instead. So I'll bring this rather to the top and I'll reposition it right here and click on OK. Okay. So let's import our image in here. Now I'm not taking the background with this. I'm only interested in the image itself. So I'll grab the quick selection tool or even any of the selection tools and I'll click on select subject here. Wait for Photoshop to do its processing and select the subject for me. Now once that is done, I'll just right click on the image and select layer via copy. So this is going to create a layer out of the image for me. Unfortunately, you may have noticed that the hand was also taken off. So I'll just quickly undo that. Let's create the selection one more time. And with my quick selection tool, I'll just add in these particular places as well. So I'll create a selection around the face, the hand actually. Let me just go through and make sure that I have a perfect selection. The hair is selected, the dress. Okay, so I'll create, just make some fine adjustments right over here as well. This part might actually not show, but let's just make sure we have everything that we need. So I think the fingernails right around here too, I have to make some few adjustments to it. So I'm just using the square bracket keys to make my selection tool smaller. And not just the selection tool, you can use it for the brush tool, the eraser, and practically almost all the tools in Photoshop. All right, I'll hold down the Alt key to take away this part. So this is for taking away. And you know what? I'll grab the lasso tool instead, and I'll just hold down the Shift key and create a selection about my place. All right, so I'll hold down the Shift key again. I'll select this area, just fine tuning everything. So if I go back to my quick selection tool, right click, layer via copy. Now I should have a perfect selection. So if I use the move tool, okay, this is perfect. Now I'll just click and drag it over here and I'll bring it down here and then I release. So let's make this much smaller. So I think something like this should be fine. Now I could have used a more professional image, as in the face showing and all of that, but I just want to preserve her identity as much as possible. If you know her, you will know. If you don't, now I'll just click on OK. So what I'm noticing right now is if you take a closer look at the hair, the selection we have is quite poor. So the darker image is rather looking more weird right here. So what I'll do is I'm going to flip out the colors and see which one looks better. So let me zoom in and actually pick the color from the background I initially had. So I'll just double click on the thumbnail and pick that color right around here. Let's see how this is looking like. Okay, I think we can actually go with this. So I will change the color of the one I had at the top to say a much lighter color version of this. I think this is looking pretty nice, and I'll probably make this slightly darker. Okay, so somewhere around here is fine. Now I'll go ahead and reposition the image because I want her name to be at the top. So let's type it in there. But before that, I'm also going to bring up my rulers. So hold down the Control key and press R to bring up the rulers here. I'll click and drag from the left hand side and place it at the center. The moment you get to the center, it will snap in. So a name, DAVINA. And I'll go for a specific font. Let's see how that is looking when it is much smaller. Okay, so the font I'm using is called Kilogram. I'll try and leave a link in the description below so that you guys can also download it and use it for what you want. And I'll type in something like, so I'm just pretending that she's a voice actress. And let's grab a font that I can actually use for this whole thing. So I'll be using the Blogger Sans, and I'll make sure that it is set to all caps. So if you don't see this character option here, just go to Window and make sure that character is checked. It's just going to pop in the left hand side corner. So let's reduce the size and select the all caps option here. Okay, I'll place this also at the center. And let me make it much smaller so that it fits what I have in there. So something right around 14 should be fine. And I'm also going to stretch it out by using the tracking option. Currently it is set to 120, so I just make it right around 300. Let's just make it 300, 300, and hit enter. I'm also going to leave a few short dashes at the edge, so a space bar and short dash, and I'll go to the beginning, short dash and a space bar. So something like this is looking quite nice. Let's go ahead and save this. Now, if you have a couple of content, you can also add it in there. And mostly I like to create groups for every particular image, but I'm going to keep this tutorial quite short. So I'll grab the font I use here initially, and let's say I'm going to type in voice actress. I've noticed now everyone is saying actor, either for male or female. All right, so I'll place this somewhere here, and right beneath, let's let Photoshop actually generate a text for us. So I'll just have it in here like this. Again, change the font to Blogger Sans, and the font size to something like this should be fine. And I just hit on the check mark like so. So I have my first part, and I can actually just duplicate this. So I'll select what I just created, hold down the Control key and select both of them. Again, hold down the Control key and press the letter J. This is going to create a duplicate for me. So with the move tool selected, I'll just move this to the left hand side, change the orientation. So let's make this right align and place it there, making sure that it is also in alignment to what I have here. And let's make this also left align. Now I can add in a couple of other options. Let's say I want to take away this part and duplicate this instead. So Control J, and I'll move the second one beneath. So let's have another another title. This doesn't make sense, but we'll keep it as it is. So I can also change the color of this to something much lighter than what I have up there. And again, this is how it is looking like. Now, if you want this to pop a little bit more, you can also use a white color, which I'll be doing for every text that I'll put at the bottom here. So I'll duplicate this one more time, Control J, and let's say I have one more text right around here. But for this particular font, I'm going to use a white color. So I'll just select that white color from there and probably make it much bigger. Ideally, it's supposed to be in alignment to what I have here, but it's going to be covering her body. You know what? Let's just wing it. So let's have it on top of her skin like that. It's also looking quite interesting. So I can just click and drag from here and allow Photoshop to just give me random text. So if you have specific text that you want to use, obviously you can input those texts here, and you can have a basic profile of yourself, just like this. Now what I'm going to do now is, I notice I have so much space down here, so I'll select these two. Where is the other one? Yes, and I'll bring it slightly to the bottom here, and I'll actually make this much taller. So I think somewhere here should be fine. And every other text, I'll bring it to the bottom. So let's select this, select that, this, and nope, this one, and bring it also somewhere here. And I'm actually going to make her image also come down, or probably make it much bigger, something like this. So that now the name and the face behind the voice can be somewhere here. I think the image should be much smaller to fit my canvas. Okay, so just like that we have, let me take the rulers out now. So just like that we have a profile image that we can actually use for anything that we are using it for. Our socials, of course. But there's one more thing I want to add, and that is a couple of effects. The first effect is going to be on the rectangle, this rectangle that we created right here. And I'm going into the adjustment panel and I'll click on gradient. Now I'll change the gradient to radial, and if you can't see, this is where it is. This is falling somewhere right around here. And I'm also going to change the color from both ends. So I'll click on the gradient, the rectangle right next to the gradient. I'll click on this first stop, change the color to solid white. I'll click on the second, change the color to solid white, and click on OK and OK. So just like that, you notice we have this white gradient here. Now I believe it is much visible. I'll place it right behind her and play around the scale. So make it bigger or make it smaller. I think I'll go with right around, I think I'll leave it at 100 and place it somewhere here, slightly behind her, and click on OK. Now I'll create a group and I'll call that group effect. So let's zoom out for a second. So click on the group, call it effects by double clicking, and with the first effect I'll create a layer by clicking on the new layer icon. I'll grab my brush tool. Let's make the brush much bigger, so something like this, it's fine. And I'll grab a warm color, so right around the yellows and the orange. So I'll go with a color called color code FBB40A, and I'll click on OK. So let's just tap on that. This is a solid. So this is a solid shape. So right click and rather change it to the soft brush. It was initially set to hard round for me. So I think this is much preferred. And what I'm going to do is change the blend mode. So I'm going to select between which one works best, between screen and soft lights. Now I think screen is much preferred. So I'll be using screen. And what I'll do is I'll move this to one of the corners here. Usually I want it right around the shoulders. So let's make it much smaller and place it right around here and hit enter. I'll duplicate that using Ctrl J. I'll put one somewhere here too as well, make it much bigger. Okay. Let's duplicate one more time, Ctrl J, and I'll place this somewhere here. Trust me, now I understand it is looking quite disgusting. Let's do it one more time, and this will be at the top left. So what we are going to do is highlight everything since it is looking overly exposed, and reduce the opacity to about 50%. Now a short key is just press the number 5 on your numpad. So 1 will change it to 10%, 3 will make it 30%, 0 will make it 100. So you just cycle through which one works best. And if you press it faster, like 85, it's going to be 85. But if you press it as 8 first and later 5, it's going to cycle between 80% and 5%. 50%. So I think I'll go with 50% looks quite okay for me. So I'll probably stick to that. And let me just move a couple of them around. The one here is looking too much, so I'll place it right here and make it much smaller instead. Now you can also make the image much darker so that you wouldn't have to play around with the opacity so much. So I think somewhere around here is fine. I'll make this opacity much smaller. All right. Now let's add in one more thing, that is the curves. So I'll go into adjustment again and I'll click on curves. Bring the dark portions down a bit and create the highlights, make it pop a bit more. Can go crazy, but I think right around here is fine. So this is what we have, the effects before and after. If it is too much, again, I can always just reduce the opacity to about 50%. So just like that, we're able to create this beautiful portrait profile in Adobe Photoshop. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button. And as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Fino Concept, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.